worship him. He said unto me, see thou do it not. I am thy fellow servant, and of the brethren, and of thy brethren that have the testimony of Yahweh Shah. Worship Yahweh, for the testimony of Yahweh Shah is the spirit of prophecy.
See, so the testimony of our Lord is the spirit of prophecy, man. And prophecy is what you're about to see unfold in the earth. Well, it's also what you're seeing unfold in the earth, man. You know, from global tension to earthquakes in diverse places, to morality of the people, you know, continually declining, to the state of, you know, Lord tell you how the love of many was going to wax cold. You see, this is what's growing here in the earth, man. You know, and this is also what's going to intensify and become a major concern within, you know, within the minds of these people, man. You see? The brothers got some?
Got some. This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 15, starting at the top. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy.
See? Yeah, see, everything is centered around prophecy, man. You know, the Lord gave us talents to ultimately prophesy. Right. You see? Yeah, you got it.
Which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord. If I may, ultimately, it's Yahweh Shah that's putting these words in our mouth. You know, he's the puppet master. You know, well, we're not coming, you know, out of our own belly, man. You know, it's the Lord, Yahweh Shah, putting these words in our mouth to convey to you, to warn you, blowing the trumpet, you know, warning you of the evils that's to come.
Yeah, the Lord said that man's horns is of the Lord.
That's it.
How then shall a man understand his own way?
That's it.
You know, so even for a brother to click on a video or even to pass by the camp, all things are set up by Yahweh Shah. You know, even the certain vessels that he used to push his word. Right. Well, the Lord chose those vessels to do this, man. Mm-hmm. You know, it wasn't your own doing. What you got about?
This is 2nd Ezra 15 and 2. And cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true.
Hey, see, these things are faithful and true. Everything that the scriptures speak of, you're going to see manifest in the earth.
Fear not the imaginations against thee. Let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee.
Yeah, the unbelievers. Because it's always somebody that got some wayward idea about the scriptures, man. You know, everybody got an opinion about the Bible, you see? But yet the Lord said, don't let it trouble you, because they're going to die in their unfaithfulness. Don't give a shit if you don't believe that America going to be destroyed, you know, or the so-called blacks, Latino, Native Americans, all the Israelites. Who cares, man? You know, you're going to die in your unbelief.
Hey, and so like if I may, that on scripture, what if some had not believed? You know, shall that make the words of Yahweh Shem Shah no effect? Most High forbid, man. You know, these prophecies are still going to come to pass, man. You can't pray that Jacob's trouble don't happen, man. You know, if it didn't come to pass, that would make Yahweh Shem Shah lie, man. You know, and the Lord is not a man that he should lie. All right, you can't pray that, you know, the famine don't come. You know, you can't pray that the evils don't come. You know, all you can do is either repent or be destroyed, man. You know?
And if I may, you can tell that the Lord with these things happening. Right. Because when you look at the story, well, you having recalls, man. You know, you can't say that the mark of the beast, you can't pray the mark of the beast not to come because they still pushing a digital system. Right. You know, which is also going to lead to you having to receive a seal. You see, so the Lord with this. Right. You know?
Verse 4, for all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness.
See, yeah, so if you don't believe, you just gonna die. But yet, you know, the Lord said the same love Lord after death by pain. That's just how some people set up to get it. You know?
Behold, again, 15 and 4, for all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. Verse 5, behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction.
See? Yeah, so this is what the Lord is about to bring to the planet Earth, man. You know, this is what you're going to see grow. The sword, you know, war, you see, disagreements, everything that complements a sword is what you're going to see here in the earth, man. Destruction, you see? The famine, death, and destruction. The Lord even tell you how the wise thinks a lot about death. You know, and this also because of the wrath that's ahead, man. The Lord tell you how this is the time of his vengeance.
Right.
You see? So in the vengeance, you're gonna see a lot of people die. You know? And it's gonna take place by way of the sword, the famine, and a great destruction, which is the perfection of it is the nuclear destruction. You got it.
So like if I may add to that, you see the scripture said, behold, saith the Lord. You know, and you go to Amos, it says, for the Lord doeth nothing without revealing his secrets unto his servants, the prophets, man. You know, this is the mouthpiece of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. You know, his prophets, man. Starting with our apostles and elders, the great millstone, and like-minded brothers that teach the same doctrine, man. You know.
Well, the Lord said by the voice of my prophets.
There you go.
You know. I mean, the mouthpiece of the Lord would be his men. How you get the counsel of the Lord? Well, you have to go down to the men. You know. Yeah, you got
brother has something.
You got an article back, brother, on the war. It says, Iran declares total war on U.S., Israel, and Europe amid push to rebuild nuclear and military power.
Yeah, you see? So the race is nuclear destruction and ultimately trying to, you know, gain nuclear power, if you will, you know. But it just shows you with the Lord, the intents and purposes of the Lord hand the earth. It ain't to cause war to die down, because you got that going on, but you also got America over there in fucking Africa trying to get uranium, man. You know, and you know what they use uranium for. You see? So here it is, a nigga in his little bubble thinking that his opinion toward the scriptures gonna hold any weight, or, you know, he think he impacting something. But yet the kings of the earth is racing towards a nuclear destruction. Right. You know, niggas trying to get nuclear arms and shit. But you think, you know, you trying to downplay the Bible for the sake of generational wealth. You see, but yet the niggas who set the stage for you to trust in generational wealth, they concerned about war. You know, shows you how far outside the bubble you niggas is. But yet that's why you gonna die, man. See, it was more on that.
God, this is 2nd Ezra chapter 15 and verse 6. For wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled.
See, so you at the fulfillment of wickedness. But yet for a nigga that want generational wealth, that means you want this shit to continue on another Cybertruck. You know, they want a 2028. You know, and so on and so forth. Nigga want a season, 2030 season in the NFL. You see? But the Lord said that this shit fulfilled, man. You know, he finna destroy this place. You got it. You finish it out.
God. Therefore, saith the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness.
Yeah, and this is why the prophets is on the scene, man. This is a form of the Lord not holding his tongue. Got it.
Which they profanely commit. Neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually.
Yeah, that's Ezekiel 9 and 4. How those men, they signed that cry for the abominations that's being done in the midst. And ultimately, that's the Lord said he was going to set a mark upon those men. And that mark is going to exempt his judgment. See? And then why we tell you repent and return unto the Lord, man. You see, because in repentance you can receive a mark that's going to exempt you from the evils that's about to come upon earth, man. But without that mark, you're going to be destroyed. No?
Book of Revelation, chapter 18 and verse 5, it says, for her sins have reached unto heaven, and the Most High have remembered her iniquity.
See, and this is speaking of America. Now, that place sins that reached up to the heavens. So much so, you having kings, you know, from different countries bringing up the iniquities of America, man. I believe that nigga Pooh, he brought up what they be doing to the children of Israel and America. And then from Ukraine, you know, they was talking about war. he told Trump, you can be next, man. You see? And that's just showing you how the sins of this place that reached up to the heavens, so much so where the Lord is about to act on this place. You got it, right?
He said, reward her even as she rewarded you and double unto her double according to her works. In the cup which she have filled to her double.
Yeah, so that right there, when you check America's track record, well, the reward of this place ain't gonna be an abundance of blessings. This motherfucker ain't blessed nobody, man. You know, this been stealing and robbing people of their resources, stealing cultures, destroying infrastructures, making countries a third world country. The Lord, you gonna receive double, man.
So like if I may recently, look how they just hit at Nigeria.
Yeah, come on. Yeah,
You know, look how they hit that Venezuela, man.
Yeah, that's it, man.
You know, you gonna receive double, man. You know what you got to say.
Motherfucker known for killing generals.
Right.
But, just go back to Osama bin Laden, man. They gonna receive double. You see, the Lord gonna send missiles over here.
That's it.
And in the midst of you niggas eating, doing the mukbang, all that shit gonna be interrupted by strange rain, man. You got some more.
What you want?
Verse 7, it says, how much she have glorified herself and lived deliciously, so much torment and sorrow give her.
Yeah, and you can see this place is glorified and live deliciously when you just look at the lifestyle of your average American. You see, these niggas can peacefully ride bikes, go to concerts, celebrate holidays. Here it is, niggas in Nigeria getting bombed, Ukraine getting bombed, but you just celebrated Christmas. Nigga busting on Christmas presents, motherfuckers crying because they ain't get what they want. But in the other parts of the world, motherfuckers suffering from famines. Consider Gaza, getting hit with missiles. You see? But yeah, you have glorified yourself and lived deliciously.
Got it. So like if I make as in the days of Noah.
Yeah, that's it.
They were eating and drinking, giving into marriage. Where they knew not until the day that the flood came, man. And that's what Jake doing now. That's what you going into. Just over Christmas. Niggas at Big Mama house, eating good. Jake was off, fucking off. Yeah. At the Webby concert.
Yeah.
Jake was at the Webby concert, looking to have a good time, not realizing, man, that shit is really about to get fucked up out here, man. It's about to be a famine, man. The power about to go out, man. While Jake is in that spirit of murder, the scriptures tells us it's better to be in the house of mourning than the house of feasting. Now is the time to be mourning, man. Begging you, how about Shimmy Shah for mercy, man. For these terrible times that we finna go into, man. What you got, right?
Hey, nigga, got that criminal bonus and all that.
Oh, yeah.
That just threw you into, that carousing type of spirit, man.
Right.
Partying and bullshit.
Right.
No care for nothing. Nigga got paid and you off work. Nigga been out work since the 24th. Don't go back to New Year's. Shit. But yeah, that's that spirit that does on Wednesday, man.
Right.
For she said in her heart, I sit a queen and am no widow and shall see no sorrow.
Yes, see, and this is the mindset of the people. They don't think that America's gonna collapse. They don't even think that the monetary system gonna change, man. They think that you gonna always have that paper dollar. You see, they don't believe sorrows is coming, even a famine. Here you got, you already in a famine. This nigga 3D print meat, man. You ain't even got real food no more. Here it is. That one chip manufacturer away from the 3D printer not working no more, man. Now he got to order a new board, put it in the fucking system. That shit to set truckers back, but this, you already in the midst of these things, man. See?
It's like if I may add to that, that we are in the midst, man. We can see, look at, you got Tyson food, plants shutting down. You had all these poultry plants shutting down. You got food recalls on, what's that thing, cheese. seeing all these different food recalls, all these plants shutting down, Coca-Cola, you know, drinks, down to everything, man.
Bottled water.
You know, bottled water. You know, all this is a recipe for disaster, man. You know, Yahweh Shemi Awashai is cutting off the food supply, man. You know, but Jake, you know what the scripture said, because victory shall be so good cheap that they shall be, so like they should they shall think themselves to be in good case. You know, but it says, even then shall evils grow, man. You know, while Jake is thinking, man, you know, Publix still open, man. Walmart still open. I can still DoorDash. You know, this shit finna come all of a sudden, man. You know, where the scripture speak of the evil arrows of famine, man. You know, this shit finna come quick, man. You know, to where again, now is the time to be begging Yahweh Shemi Awashai for mercy, man. You know, Sirach 5 and 7, make no terror in the turn to the Lord. You know, and putting that off from day to day, but suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord come forth, man. You know, so that's why now is the time to be prepping spiritually. It's a lot.
It says, therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fire.
It's like, yeah, he says it's gonna come in one day. Shows you the suddenness of these things, man. They're gonna suddenly take place, man. Simultaneously. We say, read again, Bible Shop for that one.
Revelations 18 and verse 8. Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall utterly be burned with fire, for strong is the Lord, the Most High, who judgeth her.
Yeah, that's how the Lord gonna cap it off. First, he gonna starve you out. He gonna seize this place. He gonna bring forth a heavy destruction within the inner parts, because he can tell you how the heart. But she said within the heart, that's in your inner part. He gonna fuck the inside up, and then he gonna cap it off with the fire, man. You know, and it's gonna be World War III. See, and that's found within the scripture, man. The Lord tell you how the second war is past. Behold, the third war coming quickly.
That's it.
You know, and you see the tension rising between the kings of the earth. And it ain't enough praying a nigga can do. That's gonna, you know, you got these monks.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Niggas walking all across America for the sake of peace. That ain't gonna turn cool. Who don't give a fuck about, you know, you niggas, man? It's a greater cause. You know, you think Zazine and China care about what the monks doing in America? Like, damn, that's gonna turn his heart from invading Taiwan. Look, war,
yeah.
War.
Yeah.
You see, no, this all for war, right? You know what I mean? It's for the sake of war. The Lord, hey, Bible talk about Ecclesiastes 3, because it's a season. Everything has a season here in the earth, man. You know, America, just like America had a season of a golden age.
Right.
But yeah, nigga, you can't go back. We can't go back to, you can't go back to tomorrow. I mean, to yesterday. You see, you can only think about tomorrow. And tomorrow with war coming, you know. Oh yeah. You get from the top, and then just jump.
The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 3, and verse 1, it says, to everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven.
See, everything got its season and purpose to playing out here in the earth. You know, the earth is a stage where the thoughts of the Lord is played out on, man. You know, and this is the intent of the Lord's heart to bring forth World War III. And that's going to bring forth the destruction of America.
A time to be born and a time to die.
See, yeah, this place had its time to be born, and we coming up on the death date of this place, man.
A time to plant and a time to pluck up that which is planted. A time to kill and a time to heal. A time to break down and a time to build up.
Yeah, and they think because you got all these presidents coming with these different slogans, build back better, make America great, all for the sake of healing this place. But like the Lord said, take balm for her pain. If so be, she may be healed, but she is not healed, man. So you can tell this ain't a season for healing for America, man. This the season for this bitch to get plucked up. You know, the Lord for to put the fire on America. See, you got it all.
It says a time to weep and a time to laugh, a time to mourn, and a time to dance, a time to cast away stones, and a time to gather stones together, a time to embrace, and a time to refrain from embracing, a time to get, and a time to lose, a time to keep, and a time to cast away, a time to rend, and a time to sow, a time to keep silence, and a time to speak.
Yeah, we speaking of the destruction of America.
That's it.
See? At the end of the world, the end of this current day and age. See? You got it.
A time to love and a time to hate, a time of war and a time of peace.
You see? Yeah, so we're in the time of war, man.
Uh,
That time of hate. Can't nobody get along because the Lord even tell you, think not that I come to send peace on earth.
right.
I come not to send peace but a sword. So you're gonna see life complement the sword, man. This is where it's a time for war. Even hate, that's gonna complement the sword, man. You can't have fucking a war if it ain't no disagreements. Everybody getting along, World War III wouldn't make sense, man. So now you gotta have commotion in the earth. You see, you gotta have the kings of the earth fighting, not being at odds with one another. That's gonna bring forth prophecy. See, brother, got something? Yeah, you got it up.
Mate, just going back to your point. This is Jeremiah chapter 51 and verse 7. It says, Babylon have been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken. The nation have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad.
Yeah, you see, and America made the earth drunken, man. Cause you can see a bride with leggings on in the Middle East. You know, this place, they made the earth drunk so much so the nigga in China had to tell you how Western culture was poison. You know, he banned OnlyFans. You see? But it just shows you how Western culture can poison the earth, man. The fact that OnlyFans is in China. You know, you got
If I may ask, like, over here in the West, a man can get a BBL. You know, you got 60. A man can put on a dress. You know, over here in the West, but over there overseas, they ain't having that shit, man. You know, they'll put your ass to death, man. You know, it's like that.
Yeah, you got it up.
That's a lot of my mate, which proves this is the land of confusion.
Oh yeah, kind.
Back the brother up on how so much shit get let go over here, and they, you know what I mean, you can get away with it. You know what I mean? Versus the East, the ways of the East, you can't get away with a lot of shit. You know, for example, a woman twerking in Dubai, you can't get away with that, man. All right, but a bitch got a song twerking on the head like you're at the red light here. You know what I mean? Back to brother's point of shows you this is that land of confusion. This is that land that the Lord is talking about when He talking about Babylon, man. All right, continue. It says
That place with the evil song. You know, that's talking about America, man. Cause where that came, they ain't come out of Dubai, twerking on the headlights and the red light. You know, fuck my baby dad, all this degenerate shit, man. That shit coming out of America, bro. They ain't got just a destructive culture, man.
Yeah.
You know that shit poison, that shit destroys generations. But yeah, this is the lifestyle here, man. This, you know, that's why the Lord gonna destroy this place.
Cancer of the earth.
That is it. Yup, the disease.
Yeah.
You got it, dog.
this is Jeremiah 51 and verse 8. It says Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Howl for her, take balm for her pain. If so be, she may be healed.
Yeah, you can tell that this place is pretty much falling because you get on social media and see nothing but complaints, man.
Right.
You know, you look at the inner parts of America, the people, nigga ain't happy. That's probably his only whip, you know. On some real shit, you know. But like that shit, that nigga ain't happy, man. You know. not John the brother, but you know what I mean. But it's just like that's America though, man. The struggle, you know. Yo, bro, you forced to deal with one bride and shit, man. See, she can cheat on you and take your shit. You know. You got it.
If I may, because you know what I mean. Because you know, brothers, we go through these things as well. You know what I mean. But here it is, we seeking for a physician. That's the difference between us. We know we sick.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And we in the doctor's office.
Yeah.
Versus you niggas just dealing with it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's the difference, man. You know, like the brother said, you know, not to get on the whatever the hell that was, but
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
But shit,
He
you know,
trying to make sense of this
yeah,
shit.
you gotta make sense. Yeah, you trying
He trying to make sense out of this shit. We like, man, fuck, I'm tired of this shit, man.
Yeah,
I
man.
want to buy a car.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, you know, put back your funds, huh?
Yeah.
You know?
I'm just staying down talking, nah, man, you deserve,
Yeah,
you deserve better, man.
Yeah,
Shit,
yeah.
man.
Yeah, hey, if I make, cause these Babylonians, they used to like putting hell on themselves as well, man.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? And they make themselves comfortable in it, man.
yeah, that's it. Yeah, they do.
You know?
Yeah,
Hey,
I just buy a scooter.
Yeah, I had to get a scooter. You done with it. But hey, that's where wisdom comes in, man. You know what I mean? That's why we seek the wisdom of Yahweh by Shemi Awashai, man. But again, you niggas, you gotta be destroyed. Cause you comfortable with celebrating Christmas, going broke every year to satisfy your baby mama and her kids, man.
Come on, bro.
You niggas are comfortable with that. So you gotta be destroyed, man. You know?
If I may, cause it, you know, fucking with this Eve, man. She got her cheer and shit for Christmas, and you know, they went to the store, they grabbed the shit, put shit in the cart. She going off on them, but I'm like, shit, bitch, you should have bought them Christmas gifts.
Yeah.
Cause it's just like they don't care about that shit, man.
Yeah.
You be talking about it's for the kids, bro. Them kids don't give a fuck about Christmas. It's just the idea of receiving shit anonymously. You know, it's wrapped up. You made this big house. They don't give a fuck. Right after that shit, they still gonna want something else, man. Oh yeah, love for God. Complete love for God.
Woo!
Yeah, that's it.
Genesis.
Yeah, man, these children, they don't care about that shit, man. But here it is, because Esau said it. Esau told you that it's for the kids. Bro, kids don't care, man. They just going along to get along, man. You can tell you ain't gotta tell their ass about Christmas, man. You know, and they'll be perfectly fine. You see, it's Christmas all year. You buy your children shit all throughout the year.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers ain't gonna give a shit about one day, man.
Yeah. When you got it though.
Yeah, you know. Now you gotta miss rent.
Yeah, that is.
It ain't going back though. You putting hell on yourself.
Yeah.
You know, that's an American. That nigga comfortable with you. You comfortable with putting hell on yourself, and you find comfort in it. Then you on social media.
Yeah, you mad at everybody because they ain't helping you out.
Yeah, man.
But it's like, bitch, you put yourself in that dick.
That's
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, again, it says Jeremiah 51:9, we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her, and let us go every one into his own country. For her judgment reaches unto heaven, and is lifted up even to the skies.
Yeah, this place will be destroyed, man. You know? And even considering that, you know, that say, man, let's just get up out of here. See? And even like the elites, they not in America, man. These higher ups.
Yep.
See? Because they see that this place is on its way out, man. It's a nigga that's you know, he's influenced by the generational wealth doctrine that's still trying to make it happen in America. A nigga influenced by the American dream, owning a house and a family. You see, that's the only nigga still got dreams of being in America. But as for the elites and those who sit in high positions, they been low, man. Nigga, because you had that season where everybody was they weren't going bankrupt, but they was filing for I think they was filing for bankruptcy, pulling their money out of their stocks. Niggas like Disney and Walmart, I believe. But yeah, man, it ain't no more stock in America. See? And only people who sit in high positions understand this. And in the children of Israel, man, the prophets do. You got it, right?
Hey, if I may, because these elites don't even celebrate these holidays.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? These niggas don't even celebrate Christmas and New
Yeah,
Year's.
man.
That's for you fucking peasants, man.
Yeah.
For you low-level niggas, man.
Yeah.
Because they understand these elites, everything is about a business.
Yeah.
All right? That's why you got traffic. You know, I remember the apostle had went into that. That's why you got traffic. It's about business, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You niggas, you know that because you lack wisdom. Like the brother going into, man. The prophets, you know, ain't worried about that shit. The nation of Israel, the whole elect, we ain't concerned about these holidays.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or even concerned about bills and shit like that. We trusting in Yahweh by Shemi Awashai, man. But as for you low level, you fucking peasants, you learn, you thinking about the base of things, man.
Yeah.
All right, the low level of things, man. And ultimately, that's gonna get you destroyed, man. All right, you got it.
We
Huh?
royal minded.
That's
Right.
it, bro.
You know,
That's it, bro.
because we concerned about rulership and dominion. You know, we ain't fucking worried about, you know, like you said, the holidays and shit.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
concerned with the elites doing, man.
That's it, bro.
And just like the elites concerned with what the hell we doing.
Right.
Why the hell they tracking our YouTube and we getting emails and shit?
Right.
You know, you doing certain lessons and they taking them down before the motherfucker go up. You see, they concerned about us. And
Yeah.
even when you go into Wisdom of Solomon, you know, where it tell you about where they was saying we should, yeah, you know, when they was counseling within their minds, it shows you you know, where they at mentally, man. Where they thought processes how to keep the domain of the earth. Motherfuckers ain't, you know, they ain't worried about no fucking Christmas, man, putting up a big Christmas tree, the presents there, what to give their third or fourth generation grandchild. Who don't fuck about that, man? That's some American shit. You know? Yeah, if any brother got something.
Yeah, I do have that wisdom Solomon.
Yeah,
too.
yeah, grab it.
Yeah, I can start at the top. This the revised standard version, Wisdom of Solomon 2. It says, for they reason unsoundly, saying to themselves, short and sorrow is our life, and there's no remedy when that man comes to his end. It says, no one has been known to return from Hades, but
Hell.
it says because, it says because we were born by mere chance, and hereafter we shall be as though we have never been.
Yeah, you see, because that's prophecy though. Because the Lord said that he's gonna chase away like a dream, roughly paraphrasing. You know, and they should say, today roughly paraphrasing, they should say, where is he? You know? But this is the fate of the so-called white man inside Edom. But yet, the beginning stages of that passage tell you how they reason amongst themselves, man. You see, so they considering that no man returned from the grave. They considering their rulership. That when we go down, shit, there ain't no coming back, man. You know, you got it all.
It says, because we were born by mere chance, and hereafter we shall be as though we had never been, because breath in our nostrils is smoke, and reason is a spark kindled by the beating of our hearts. It says, when it is extinguished, the body will turn to ashes, and the spirit will dissolve like empty air. Our name will be forgotten in time, and no one will remember our works.
See? And this is the fate of America, man. Here it is, this motherfucker, a heartbeat society, man. But in the near future, America ain't gonna be a thing to be remembered. The Lord is gonna destroy everything concerning America, man. It ain't gonna be a McDonald's cup left of America. You know, cell phones, leggings.
That is it.
You ain't gonna have an AirPod left for this place, man.
That's it.
Nothing to remind the Lord. In fact, the memorial of America is gonna be a desert.
That's it.
That's what the Bible say. The Lord is gonna turn this place to a desert wilderness.
That's it.
You see? Nigga ain't gonna think, and the kingdom gonna be so advanced. There's some bootleg shit. I can't believe I was walking on concrete, you know?
Yeah. Cars.
Yeah.
You know, that's low level.
Yeah.
You really think about it, man. Everything that everything that Esau really offered to you is low level, man. You know what I mean? Just even to see him within himself, man. He trying to liken himself unto the Most High. Bro, you're not Yahweh Shemi Awashai, man. So that's the best he can do, is use his technology, man. You know? But that shit low level, man. And the Lord is going to destroy you with your technology, man.
Because they banking on Esau, soon shit gonna turn to a VR.
That's
you
it.
know?
Yeah.
Nigga gotta view life through a VR. You know? You got it, dog.
It says, and no one will remember our works. Our life will pass away like the traces of a cloud.
See? Yeah, nobody, motorcycles. Works of Esau, man. Street niggas. Nobody's gonna want. You ain't gonna wanna remember a bad, you know, fine shit. You ain't gonna wanna remember that, man. You see, all this shit, the works of the so-called white man, Esau Edom, a real nigga. Jake, he do all this toiling just to be called a real nigga, man. You know, nigga like, man, he go above me just to be looked at like a real nigga. that's the works of Edom. That's gonna be a thing in the past, man. You know, in the kingdom, you're gonna be trying to be the wisest, you know, out of the house of. You see? You got it, huh?
It says,
All right.
it says, our name will be forgotten in time, and no one will remember our works. Our life will pass away like the traces of a cloud, and be scattered like mist that is chased by the rays of the sun and overcome by its heat.
See? Yeah, and this is his rulership, man. His existence. This is after Obadiah, man. 18th verse. You see? This after the 18th verse, man. You know, them ain't gonna be completely destroyed. They're gonna get burnt up on this side and then get burnt up again in the kingdom. You know? You got it.
Real quick, if I may, to back up that. It's Job 28:8.
All right.
He shall fly away as a dream and shall not be found.
That's it. Yep.
Yea, he shall be chased away as a vision of the night.
See? So yeah, this nigga ain't gonna be no more remembrance, man. He ain't gonna have a memorial, a flag to plant here in the earth. This nigga gonna come out of the grounds and go back into the ground, man. You see, he only coming out to work. You know? This nigga ain't gonna have a land to descend, you know, to go back to nothing, man. He gonna be in the pits. Yeah,
Hey, yeah, if I may, like shit, in the kingdom, you know, you gonna have children asking Abba, you know what I mean? What's
right.
the Edom?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
What's
The Edomite.
Yeah, and you gotta bring up how this nigga had trainings on the earth. Yeah, under his rulership, you had butchers, strap-ons,
Yes.
you know, sex toys. You see, this nigga weird, man. Fucking gay robots. You know, yeah, under his rulership, you can marry a dog. A dog, yes, you can marry trees. You see? This is Esau. This is what the Lord finna chase out of the earth, man. But yet a nigga want generational wealth, meaning you want to be a monster. This nigga dog got shoes on.
Oh man.
You know? But yet a nigga, you want generational wealth. You want this to continue, man. You know?
So like your wife,
Yeah.
your woman
Oh,
talking
man.
crazy at you.
Yeah, man.
You know, they content with that shit.
Yeah.
Your children, you need children all out of order and shit. You can't be a man here in America.
Right.
Yeah. So like you stressing because you scared to put the rod to your children.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't know what's wrong with him. Man, whoop his ass.
Beat his ass, man. That's it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Cause he 3. Man, he only 3, man. Fuck that, man.
Child support.
Yeah.
You know, it's not gonna be no fucking child support in the kingdom.
Yeah.
You know, but Jake love it here. You know, they gonna child support and shit, but as long as they can make just enough money to be able to trick off on the weekend, man, they straight.
Yeah.
You know, as long as they ride, you know, they got some roaches.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
yeah, old school. You know, I got a little broad. They got Section 8 they can go fuck off on.
Yeah.
You know, they straight, man. You know, but this ain't it, man. You know, this ain't living. You know, and really what's to come, man. You know, this shit about to get fucked up, man. You know, the power about to go out. You know, for the Jake that love to play the game, the power finna go out, man.
Yeah.
You know, man, for you mukbangers, like you mentioned,
Yeah.
it's finna be a famine.
Yes.
You know, you content creators doing food reviews and shit.
Yes, man.
You know, you're not gonna have nothing to review, man. You know, we're going into some very bad times, man. You know, 2 Timothy 3, you know, perilous times, man. You know, to where now's the time to be getting your mind right, man. Renewing your mind, man. You know, for the times to come, man. This shit about to be serious, man. It's like you got out.
Yep, going back to Wisdom of Solomon 2, the RSV version, verse 5, for our allotted time is the passing of a shadow, and there is no return from our death, because it is sealed up, and no one...
Yeah, he ain't no return. You ain't coming back in the rulership, man.
Said,
That was the Lord said, today,
tomorrow
tomorrow shall die, man. Yeah, nigga, you a king today, but tomorrow you gonna die.
right?
You ain't gonna, you know, he said within his own circle, you go to the top, this is a council. That nigga said he ain't returning from the grave, man. It's over with. You know? You got it, dog.
It says that no one turns back.
Damn, that's what the fuck all is out, you know? Them niggas said they gonna come back.
Oh, yeah.
You know? You got it, dog.
It says, come therefore, let us enjoy the good things that exist and make use of the creation to the full as in you.
Yeah, this should be the mindset of you Americans. Shit, you better go get that loan, nigga. You know what I mean? You better go get that car. You better go ahead and go try to get that house because you on a time clock, nigga. Time winding down, the shot clock finna go off, and you still bullshit, nigga. You better goddamn go ahead and get that passport. Do what you gotta do. You ain't trying to come to the Lord. You an Israelite, nigga. You better go and do what you gotta do because you're on a time clock, man. And the rulers that be is considering this, man. So how much more for the people here in society? So should the people be also? That's why nigga, this a speed, a microwave generation. Yeah, nigga, they just trying to, everybody speeding and shit, man. They had to make the cars faster now.
Oh, money don't lose no sleep. Some shit like that. That slow in Israel. Money don't sleep.
Yeah.
Money don't fucking sleep.
Yeah.
Fucking deep, man. You know, just back your brother up, man. You know what I mean? That's some niggas. You know what I mean? Why everything in his youth. You know? I'm trying to get like these white folks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Jake, man.
Yeah.
It says, let us take our fill of costly wine and perfume, and let no flower spring pass by us. Let us crown ourselves with rosebuds before they wither. Let none of us fail to share in our revelry. Everywhere, let us leave signs of enjoyment.
See, hey, and this just show you how this place is on. You know, it's on the time clock, man. This is a temporary place. You know, this life is temporary, man. But yet, what's the calm? But what's that passage?
Right.
That's it. Yeah, these things is temporary, but what the calm is eternal, man.
Yeah, that white horse. Yeah, all right.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, you got it.
It says, because this is our portion and this is our lot.
Ooh, see? Yeah, this their portion and their lot is to really lose the dominion, man.
That's it.
The portion in the lot of America is destruction.
That's it.
There ain't shit else, you know what I mean? What else can you come up with in a society that's driven by homosexual?
Hey, did y'all see a guy walk back here in a bright green, yellow shirt?
Yeah, man. But yeah, this is the portion of America, man. Destruction.
That's it.
Unrecognizable. You know what I mean? Them motherfuckers be left unrecognizable, man. So you got that.
Hey, if I may, because when you jump up on that, it shows you how they abuse this, you know what I mean, basically the earth as well, like even by the concrete, you know, everything got a season. You got like fucking certain fruits and shit in the wintertime.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
What shows, he said, this is our lot. Yeah, you the death of the earth, man.
Yeah.
You know, the light barrier, man. You know, you bring death and destruction upon the earth, like the brother saying, man. That's all America is, man. You know?
Yeah. Milson.
Yeah.
Hey, cause nigga give you watermelon in December.
Yeah,
What the fuck? Where you get this from? Yeah. Where you get this?
Yeah.
You got it, huh?
Yep. It says, let us oppress the righteous poor man. Let us not spare the widow.
Yeah, and he finna try to do that again by way of the Sea Hill, man. He finna come back with another form of oppression by trying to get you to take that mark of the beast. You know? You got it, huh?
It says, nor regard the gray hairs of the age.
Yeah, he don't care for the old or the young, man. We say they should be like a madman sparing none. See? You got it.
But let our might be our law of right. For what is weak proves itself to be used.
Say it, boom.
That's it.
Yeah, you have a shot.
That's it.
And this the Lord saving us from these lunatics, man.
Yeah.
You know, this nigga finna try to put a device in you, but yet upon him mandating this device, the Lord, he gonna turn this shit completely upside down. He gonna try to make it make sense to go and take that, man. You see, it ain't gonna be at the expense of money staying here. You know, this optional. No, man. He gonna tell you, cause when you go into Revelations 13 to 16, I got it. It takes you. He tell you that how he calls it all. You go into that word calls it. It's to appoint or to make. You know, or to constitute. So this nigga gonna constitute this. You know, and if you don't take it, he either gonna try to throw you in prison, cut your head off. You know. This is why we need a savior, man. This is why your house shot was born. You see? Because of